Hello, everyone. Welcome to WAW Watch Along Wrestling. I'm your host, Scott Lewis. Thank you so much for tuning in to what was supposed to be the start of part 1 of 2 of the Hell in a Cell collection of matches with Sean. I'm going to call a little bit of an audible this week, which is something we're kind of doing here lately, it seems like. But I think we should in this case. If you're watching this by now, this was recorded on September 2nd, so the news is already out. You should know by now. The wrestling world lost one of the best big men ever in professional wrestling. And of course, I'm talking about Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid, Sid Justice, whatever you want to call him. You can simply say he was the master and ruler of the world, as he would say. And Sid was a great big man, whether he was coming out to face Shawn Michaels or Sting or Lex Luger, or if he's coming out to face Vader or The Undertaker. You believe that Sid was going to come out and destroy people. Sid was a monster of a man. He was huge. And I tell you, one of my first experiences is seeing Sid Vicious. We'll go ahead. Sean, welcome in. How are you?
Good so far.
Awesome. So one of my first experiences with Sid Vicious was I was probably 6, maybe 5 years old. And we were at a wrestling, and he came out, and he was not Sid Vicious as he would later be known as. He was called Lord Humongous. And I didn't know who Lord Humongous was. It's a character off of a movie. The only thing that I knew is this sucker was huge. He had traps up to his ears. I mean, he was just a monster of a man. But the biggest thing about it was the fact that he was wearing a hockey mask that resembled Jason Voorhees. So that freaked me the heck out. I did not like Lord Humongous at all. I thought he was like going to be there to eat me alive or something. I was scared totally to death. But anyway, that is my first experience with Sid way back when. But anyway, we're going to watch a collection of matches from Sid, from early WCW to later WCW, some WWF stuff, and of course we'll finish off with his final match in the WWE, a surprise appearance against Heath Slater, and just have a good time watching these. He has seen none of this at all, so it should be interesting for him. Go ahead and let you know the first one we're going to be watching is Halloween Havoc 1989. It's the Skyscrapers, Sid Vicious and Dan Spivey. I think it's against the Road Warriors. Yes, so it's against the Road Warriors. Going to be a fun match to watch. Again, Halloween Havoc 1989. The time cue is going to be 1 minute and 52 seconds. So go ahead and get that brought up on your Peacock. And while you're bringing that up, while you're getting that ready to go, we're going to talk to you guys about Ghost. So Ghost has got a collection of great products. I mean, from pre-workout, insta-workout, post-workout, gaming, hydration. They've got vegan, they've got wellness, and they've even got sleep now, guys. Like this one right here. Look at this. So this one alone is the
Blue Dream.
Blue Dream. This is a brand new product they just come out with. And I've not tried it yet, not gonna lie, but getting a good night's rest, Sean, you've told me a lot of times you have trouble sleeping.
For those of you who do not know, I have, and I'm not joking when I say this, my insomnia is crazy. Literally last night I could not sleep worth the heck. I went to sleep about like 2 in the morning.
So this stuff, and maybe you can get you some of this stuff, but getting a good night's rest, it offers a variety of health benefits, including brain performance, which we can all use.
We all can, yes.
Mood stabilizer, which I can use, obviously. Overall health, I mean, sleeping good is key to overall health.
And it's also important if you're a huge gym guy, sleep helps with muscle growth.
All kinds of stuff. So, I mean, they've got great products. Some of the pre-workout stuff. I mean, you've got the green apple, the sour green apple. You've got the raspberry orange cream, which is great. The gaming stuff. So if you watch Officer Messer or the guys with the Academy Roleplay on Twitch,
some of them drink it.
Most of them drink it,
except for Bobby. He goes for the energy drinks.
Yep, Bobby goes for energy stuff. So, but then you've got all kind of different gamer products here. The Sonic stuff's really good. The Sour Patch stuff's really good. I've not tried the peach, the Swedish fish. I've not tried these either. These sticks.
On the go sticks.
Yeah, I've not tried those. But that's some stuff. And their shakers, guys. Love their shakers. If I can get it in camera. There we go. Their shakers are great. They've got a brand new one out that I am definitely going to be picking up. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I want this one.
The Turtles one?
They don't offer it anymore, but that one, if I can ever find that one, I will be ecstatic. We're doing a live commercial, so I mean, this is going to be kind of. Let's just click on merch and see if it comes up anything.
And I've had some of their products. I've had the. For those of you who don't know, drinks. I'm a huge coffee person. But if I can't get my coffee, I'll go for an energy drink. I know it's not the healthiest thing. But I tried the cherry limeade Ghost and the orange cream one. They're better than most energy drinks like Monster, Bang.
Yep. And they're better for it too. Monster and stuff like that.
It gives
a lot
you
of
a
that
headache.
stuff can give you, and they're not. I mean, I'm not knocking those brands. Those brands are great. A lot of people love them. For me, though, the Ghost Energies, those are the best ones. Here's the new shaker, the green one here. I absolutely love that.
It reminds me of a Ghostbusters.
Yep.
Slimer.
This one, I've got that one, and I've got
The it's the purple one.
Not that one. That one.
That one.
Yep. I've got that. I like that one too. Yep. I think I'm gonna have to get me a couple more of these. But anyway, so Ghost, amazing stuff. Right, and so check them out. GhostLifestyle.com. You can order all kinds of products from there, all kind of supplements, the energy sticks, drinks. Like I said, the energy drinks are great.
And also, if you want to save some money, you can do a bundle, which you pick what products you want, and it comes all together.
So I'm not going to shamelessly plug it, but I'm going to anyway. Check out Code Messer. Is it Code Messer or Code Officer Messer? I think it's just Code Messer.
I think it's Code Messer.
Yep. You can save you, I want to say it's 10%, something like that. I can't remember.
10%, yeah.
Let's do this. We're going to do it live while we're going here. So let's just pick this bundle right here.
The V4 bundle, which gives you a shaker, some powder, 2 shakers actually.
Yep. We're going to add to cart. We're going to continue to check out. And we're going to put in here discount code. So there's $79.99. Messer. And it's not just Messer. I know like X Smithers. He's got, look at that, went from $79 to $63. So it saves you $16 if you use code Messer. So check it out, guys. You're not going to be disappointed. Of course, you can pick up Ghosts from Walmart, from your local Food City,
your local gas station,
gas stations, ghostlifestylepage.com. You can pick it up on Amazon, all kind of different places. So anyway, all right, let's get back to Sid Vicious. So again, Sid, Halloween Havoc, 89.
Showing your age there.
I know what and the time queue is 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 43 seconds. We're going to press play in 3, 2, 1, go. And we get an ad. Really?
Woohoo!
Right as we start, we get a dadgum ad. Anyway, well, I guess while they're talking about whatever it is they're talking about with Tina Fey. That's weird. One of my favorite members was Sid, and we only got 40 seconds, so I'm just kind of run through this because I do want to listen to this interview that comes up. So if you're playing, if you're good right now, just hold tight. As soon as the interview comes up, we'll jump back in with the interview. But and we'll watch this when we watch our War Games episodes. Mm-hmm. But in a War Games match, he power bombs Brian Pillman, right? Mm-hmm. Well, the cage is lower, so Sid didn't get him up, and he slams that dude down right on his neck and stuff. It is nasty looking.
Oh gosh!
One of the worst things with Sid was when he broke his leg during a match. That was nasty. But all right, here we go. Play 3, 2, 1. And now you got the Road Warriors. Let's take a listen.
We are standing by live here in Philadelphia, just minutes away from the Road Warriors Skyscrapers match. Hawk, you are considered the best tag team in the history of professional wrestling, but can even the Road Warriors defeat the Skyscrapers?
Well, you know, we've been underdogs all our life, and there's some critics out there that think we're underdogs tonight. Well, the people out there aren't stupid.
I don't know what match or what he was smoking or drinking, but the Road Warriors, I don't think have ever been underdogs at anything they've ever done.
No, gosh, no.
They are huge. They were huge, huge men.
They don't mess around when it comes to their matches.
Road Warriors were great, dude.
I've seen some of their stuff, some of the stuff you showed me in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can tell they don't take it.
Road Warriors is without a doubt my favorite tag team, period. Road Warriors and the Steiners.
I don't think I have a favorite tag team.
Listen to when the Road Warriors come out here in just a minute. There's a thing called the Road Warrior Pop. And the Road Warriors would get such a loud ovation that's what they nicknamed it. Steve Austin would probably get a louder pop during the Attitude Era stuff. But when the Road Warriors come out, dude, it was so loud. We'll take a listen here when they come out. And I love their music, the Road Warriors. They're not going to play the actual music they had, but they done, oh my gosh, what it's from, I can't remember the name of it now.
How does the song go?
It'll come to me. It'll come to me. When I'm trying to think of it, I
If
can't.
it comes to you, I might know it.
They actually are playing it. The ring announcer is Gary Michael Capetta. I used to love listening. He was so good. Oh my gosh, what was the name of that? That's going to drive me. I'm going to Google it while they're coming to the ring.
Sounds very familiar, like I've listened to it.
Iron Man, that's what it was. Oh, I cannot believe I could not remember the name of that. Anyway. Paul Ellering was such a great manager for them. Road Warriors are such big dudes, but look at Spivey and of course Sid there was with Hawk in the background. They just tower. Look at that, towers over the road.
Goodness. That's the worst history of mullets right there.
The reason they done that, so they wanted to look different, and so Hawk said, "You shave, I'll shave the sides of mine or the inside of mine, and Animal, you shave the outside of yours. That way." It looks like when we connect them together, we power up. So, we froze. Why did we freeze? I don't know why we froze, but we're keeping going. Not gonna
Technical
worry about it.
difficulties, y'all.
Just
We're gonna
keep
keep
on-
on rolling.
Keep on trucking.
Roll on 18-wheeler.
So we're going to give this camera a minute to kind of reset, and we'll go from there, guys. But we're still here with you.
And again, we've been having a lot of connection issues.
With that camera, I don't know what's going on with it. But anyway, Road Warriors, they were hard-hitting dudes, man.
Goodness.
What?
Just the sheer size.
Oh, I know it. Hawk was, I think Hawk was better than Animal. I mean, they both were great.
They were great in their own ways, but he has that
the it factor to me.
uniqueness to
Yeah,
him.
definitely. Sent him flying, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're just about back up with this camera here, guys. So if you hear clicking in the background, I apologize.
We're gonna keep on rolling.
Yeah, we're working on getting a different camera.
Yeah, this one is it works for what we need it to do.
No, not really, because it keeps stopping on me. I mean, it's a good camera and everything. It's just, I don't know.
It's just buggy.
It used to work. So it used to be a camera we actually used for our church, and worked great. Never had problems of it freezing or anything. So I don't know why all of a sudden I've done resets.
Have you checked the app? See if you needed an update.
Yep. Done all that stuff, and it still
wants to be a pain.
wants to be a pain in the neck.
Ugh, of course.
Look how hard they're hitting that ring, and it's just
I know.
shaking.
Oh, it's gonna go past 10 minutes.
Just go down like a daggum redwood tree. Well, I'm on camera. I'm trying to get you back on.
Yeah, that's still here, guys.
See, he's
Still right here. I ain't leaved yet.
He ain't leaved. And left.
Left, leave, whatever.
Leaved.
How's that shaker doing for you?
Keeping it nice and cold. Nice and cold.
Those the double walled ones?
No. Test the strength. I don't know. I think Road Warrior Hawk would have gotten him with it, but I don't know. There we go. Hopefully we're good. He was massive. And Sid's big thing, too, was softball. He was a big softball player.
He does not look like it.
Monkey flipped a big old dude like that. You got a problem over?
Good.
What are you fiddling with? The cord?
Yeah, the cord.
Yeah, I tell you what, watch. You take this thing right here.
Here.
Bada bing, bada boom, it won't fall. Mine popped out though. No, I can't hear nothing. I know they're doing something, but I don't know what. Yeah, we are having all kinds of technical difficulties today.
Right now they're just messing.
This goes to show we are not professionals.
No.
So,
And camera frozen again. Surprise visitor.
what's up, buddy?
What you need, man?
You know which big dumb threw away my food.
Well, Gavin, we are kind of in the middle of recording right now.
Yeah,
So,
A
no.
little bit busy, bud.
just a little bit.
Alright, guys, I'm not going to fool this camera the entire time.
If it works, it works.
No, I'm going to. And I hate switching to this thing because it does not look good at all. At all.
Oof.
I hate this thing. Oh my god. Man,
It's gonna have to work.
big old gut right in the middle of it. So I guess we can do it like this. Be like this for now. Since this camera does not want to cooperate. Now we don't have to worry about it.
Yep.
I hate we have these interruptions like this because we can't pay attention to what we're wanting to pay attention to. I don't know if it's just the quality of rings they had back then.
They seemed like they were made better.
No. I don't know if it's the quality of ring or what it was, or if it's just because these dudes are massive. But every time they hit them corners, that ring moves. That's on. You get big, huge guys like this. Sometimes they look a little clumsy when they're doing stuff, but when they do it, it looks like it hurts.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you got all that muscle mass right behind it, so.
Yep. And Animal was probably, I'd say Animal was probably the strongest of all of them in that ring. In WCW stuff too, they're ring ropes. They were not ropes. They were cables. Like
Wow.
yeah, they were like thick, huge cables. To where like WWF uses actual
Like fiber
rope.
optic cable or something?
No, not fiber optic cable.
Okay, steel cable.
Yeah, steel cables and stuff. It was
Goodness.
fiber optic cable. Yeah, they got great internet in the ring. I'm telling you, the internet connection was amazing in that ring. You goof.
You gotta bring some commentary to this.
And a disqualification to end the match. WCW was bad about doing a bunch of disqualifications and stuff. I hated that.
I think that's one of the things they changed later on.
What?
Disqualifications when it came to entertainment wrestling.
What do you mean? What did they change?
Changed it. Like, it wouldn't happen as often.
Oh, well, no. I mean, it still happens. Is WCW is bad about booking that way. The writers, they would write it out for disqualification. To me, I think it cheapens it doing it so much because you don't get a clean match all the time. The fans keep getting cheated out of stuff. Sometimes a disqualification makes sense. It works good, works perfect in a match. But for me, I like to see a winner and a loser.
I think we all do.
So Road Warriors win by disqualification. And that is that for that one. What do you think about that match? I mean, honestly, don't just automatically say, oh, I think it was good.
It was a good match. I mean, seeing some of the Road Warrior stuff and how they fight in the ring, it's something to be desired with other tag teams.
Oh, yeah. Tag teams, the Road Warriors would slaughter tag teams today. I mean, they would kill them.
Because they had such a perfect, sync that they could just work it out perfectly.
Yeah, Road Warriors are smooth.
With tag teams nowadays, they go back and forth on what you should do. Like, hey, you gonna jump here or are you gonna do that? Back and forth, and they can never figure it out. And at points, it ends up falling apart. I mean, I was gonna say New Day, but back then that was 3-man team.
Yeah, New Day's a pretty good tag team. I like New Day.
I'm trying to think of a.
No, we're not going to bash a tag team or anything.
No, we're not trying to bash them. But they are a good team.
For the most part, wrestling today is not
what it used to be.
It's more high flying, it's more flips and flops.
It's more
athletic. I mean, it is more athletic. I mean, Road Warriors couldn't do a lot of stuff that wrestlers today could do. And,
big dudes.
But at the same time, wrestlers today it's not as believable. It's not as snug. It's not. I mean, back then you would think, man, they're actually beating the tar at each other.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the next match we're going to watch is another Halloween Havoc. And I'll tell you a little bit of story about this here in a little bit. But go ahead and bring it up on your Peacock. It is Halloween Havoc 1990. Sid Vicious versus the World Heavyweight Champion Sting. That snuck up on me. I am so sorry. I hope that did not blow your eardrums out. Oh my gosh.
I'm waiting for what to happen with me.
If he goes, he's going to go for like 20 minutes. He sneezes like 7 times in a row.
I have a record of it.
Crazy. So anyway, go ahead and bring that up on your Peacock. Like I said, it's Halloween Havoc 1990. Sting versus Sid Vicious. Sting defending the WCW NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Now, a couple of things that we'll talk about when we come back. There's a lot of stuff to unpack in this one. Just one, a story, personal story from it, and 2, a little behind the scenes stuff that goes on with Sting. So we'll be right back after this little commercial spot, and we'll be going with Halloween Havoc 1990. Join Officer Messer in the Academy Roleplay on Twitch and TikTok as he brings hilarious content through the Academy.
How dare you! Got a Jeep going 130, dispatch. Stopping a white Jeep. I don't know who you are, bud. I'm not playing your games.
I don't give a who you are, sir. I'm trying to get my car fixed, and you're over here bumping your damn gum.
Anything illegal inside the vehicle?
No.
Give me a second. Steven, step back here.
Here we go.
This is it! Dispatch is waiting for the speed to get caught up. Got one on foot. Here, boy. Here, boy. Here, boy. No!
Get off the bike.
He's fighting. He's fighting.
Get the dog off me, I'll stop.
Taser.
This dog had to just eat my whole... Are you serious? Now he's pissing on me.
Hey, listen. You've been breaking the law too many times while I'm not been in city. Hey, put him in your car. Let's take him to the station. Kill one, dispatch. Gonna be taking this vehicle to make sure it gets safely to the impound lot. I consider this a job well done. That's good, brother. Big break. There we go. Kilo 1 dispatch. We took that vehicle, dropped off the impound lot. It is nice and safe in the impound lot.
Officer Messer, who is on a mission to bridge the gap of law enforcement and the community by humanizing the badge, is the owner of the Academy Roleplay, also known as TARP. Now, I found him streaming on TikTok one night and have been hooked ever since. His crazy, goofy, and sometimes soft-served antics will definitely give you a break from everyday life and give you a great laugh.
Forward to death chasing this guy. He was driving faster when we weren't chasing him. It's a bit of a tap here. We'll get us going, brother. A little bit of a tap here. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Continuing East Joshua Road.
I was joking. Oh my God, I'm gonna get banned from the server. Hey chat, don't clip that, please. Don't clip that. Can you start a truck to 7354? This guy lost control of his vehicle. We were getting some donuts from the gas station and hit one of the pumps. Hey champ, can you walk that one off? Come on, bud. Just walk. Come on, let's get you out. Let's walk that one off. If you let this ride, I'll throw 200,000 in your pocket right now. Y'all are nasty. What is?
See anything. I can't see anything.
This is family friendly.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna pull it up, bro.
Corey, you lost your legs and you got lighter.
You got no legs,
Lieutenant Dan. When do you spank it? Do the right here, right here, right here. I've never wanted somebody more. Shots fired, shots fired. We're fighting the whole yellow gang.
Kilo 1 from dispatch.
Exiting narrator.
Dispatch, we have any updated postal for the...
I jerked my audio out. I can't hear nothing.
Check out Officer Messer on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and be sure to follow him on Twitch and TikTok for all of his live streams. And let's help bridge the gap together. And welcome back to WAW. So the Black Scorpion stuff, like I said, we'll watch a little bit more of that when we get to the Sting episodes. It was kind of crazy, kind of weird, but for the times, it was okay. I loved it as a kid. I thought it was so much fun. But anyway, WCW Halloween Havoc 1990. Time queue is 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 3 seconds. So you should just have a wide shot of the whole arena with a crooked WCW logo. I don't know why they always done that. It looks so weird and stupid. But anyway, again, guys, I am so sorry for this camera. This one's a lower quality camera than what we have over here. We'll try to maybe get this one back up and going in a minute, because this one keeps zooming in and out.
For the time being, it'll have to work.
I hate it. Anyway, 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 3 seconds. We're going to press play in 3, 2, 1, go. So now we've got Sid walking down, monster of a man, huge dude. And Sid was a part of the Four Horsemen at this time. My favorite version of the Horsemen, I guess because I grew up with this version, was Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Barry Windham, who is a amazing in-ring talent. Barry Windham was awesome. And, of course, Mr. Vicious here. And it's so 80s, but I love this music for Sting. It was simple, just the drums and a guitar.
Very,
just rock and roll. It fit him.
Very
Perfect.
Kiss-like.
Yeah, almost, yeah. I can see Kiss just kind of hammering that out. Now I love the look of the ring for this kind of a pay-per-view.
Such a beautiful ring.
I wish they would change like the apron, where it wasn't the blue World Championship Wrestling, like had black, to match better, and had black ring posts instead of the blue. Yeah, even purple for Halloween. That would have looked fine.
Not green though.
I want that belt in my
Such
collection.
a beautiful belt.
So it's to get that kind of a version and to look that good. It's about $800-900. That is an expensive belt. That will be the very last belt that I buy. Will be that one.
You will be in debt once you buy that.
No, I ain't gonna go in debt for it. I'll pay outright and be done with it. But
You better start hoping and praying there's a raffle for one of them belts.
I've not seen one yet. Not for that actual belt. There's been versions of it, but I want that one. I want the.
Goodness.
And Sting's matches were always, high octane, fast in your face, and just going. I like it. Sting 6'2", 6'3", and Sid just catches him like a kid. And I've said this before, but I've seen Sting like trip or fall or whatever, but I've never seen a bad Sting match.
No.
He's always had good matches.
He always gave his fans the entertainment they wanted.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Just shy over 7 feet tall. I know they always exaggerate the heights of these guys.
Yeah, I'd say he was probably close to that, though. I would say, given size-wise, yeah, I would think Sid would rip Sting apart. But
gosh, I've seen videos of guys who've been put in a wrist lock and their wrist just snaps.
yeah, and a real wrist lock, yeah. That one's there. When they've got them and they twist, they're just rotating their arm, like their hand like this, so they're not really torquing it.
Because in a wrist lock, a real one, it would go down and apply pressure.
Yeah.
And there's a tendon right there and there's a joint right there. That tendon and joint breaks, your hand is useless.
There's a lot of moves in wrestling that they were really doing them that would really hurt. And there's some that they do and they look like they're, killing them and they don't even feel anything.
This little kid with a Sting painted on mask.
If I can find these pictures, dude, we'll show some of them on here. But some of these pictures, when I was a kid, they had this Sting face paint that you could buy at the merchandise table.
You know what? I've actually seen that picture.
Orange and blue.
I've seen
white.
that picture.
Have you?
Nana, we were going through some old pictures a while back.
I'm sure.
And Poppy pulled out a picture of you as a kid with orange and blue paint on your face.
It was just a pill and stick, like the fake tattoos. You just fill it and put it on. They were great. You can get them at every time WCW came to town. I would get one.
And after a while of wearing it, it would start irritating your skin like crazy.
I would have the outline of the mask the next day going to school on my face.
Gosh, I don't know if you still have them, but if for those of y'all know, I'm a huge Kane fan. And somewhere there's pictures of me with just a cheap, like Walmart bought Kane mask.
Yeah, I think I've got it.
It is Kane, Undertaker, and Sting and John Cena are my top 4 favorite wrestlers.
So you can tell what era he grew up in. John Cena is his favorite wrestler.
One of them.
John's good. I'm not going to sit here and say
and Randy Orton. We can't forget the man Randy Orton.
Yep, Randy's good. John Cena was good for his
time period.
He's a modern day Hogan, where he had a move set. You knew certain moves were going to get done, what order they were going to be done in. Well, where is my folder? You're Sid breathing.
Gosh. jostles him with his hand doing that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. Oh yeah, down right
Right there in the
his-
trap.
on his traps. Yep. So this is not this is not that picture. But this is Carson wearing his little wrestling belt when he was little. There's Declan with the Intercontinental. So that's Carson with the big gold, which is like Sting's. That's Carson or Declan. with- and that light above is messing with it. Anyway, there's Carson. That's Declan with it, and there's Mr. Sean with that is at our old house years ago.
Oh gosh, which belt's that? That's the W.
That's the scratch logo version of this one.
Yeah, that one.
See if I can find this.
I would be surprised if you could find it.
And we're just talking over this match. This is one of my favorite matches. One reason is it was so stupid looking now when you watch, but you'll see it here in a little bit. But back then, you really didn't pay much attention to it, especially now that it's HD, you can tell. But back in the 90s, you couldn't. I don't see if you can tell when it happens, see if you recognize it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So pay attention to this match.
I'm paying attention while you're trying to find that.
Can't find that. There's I don't know if it's there's him as Freddy Krueger one year. We peeled stuff off and
I
anyway.
hated that stuff.
Oh, it was a nightmare to get off. But I'll find some pictures and show them.
I missed that glove though.
Yeah, in the move we lost the glove. It was a handmade Freddy glove.
Beautiful.
From part 3 or 4, I can't remember.
It was the one with the whole pipe scene in it.
I know the announcers had to hate sitting right there at the ringside like that. You never know if they're gonna fall right in your lap.
Yeah, if I was an announcer, I wouldn't want to be right there at the ring,
Nah,
knowing if a guy get thrown over, it could hit all that equipment.
And it's happened. I mean, they've landed
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
camera monitors, or not the camera one, but the DV monitors. One count. Don't let me forget, we do have an announcement to make as far as our first WAW live that we're going to do.
Live on Twitch.
I don't know that yet. It's just going to be live. It's either going to be Twitch or Patreon. Don't know which one.
I'd say Twitch might be easier.
But don't let me forget to announce that because I will forget.
Oh, well, if I had something to write it down, I
No,
would.
you're fine as far as that goes. So later on, we'll be watching another Sting and Sid match from 90, I think it's 99 or 2000. I can't remember which one it was. There you'll see a totally different Sting and a totally different Sid. So like right there, he's not putting any pressure on that at all.
No.
I mean,
You could tell because
yeah, he's just Sting's turning around and
yeah. Ooh. I would hate to be that camera guy.
That's another WCW had camera guys standing on the ring, which I don't get why they would do that either.
It's
But
kind of a dumb idea if you think about it.
yeah, because I mean they're going to get hit.
I mean, if
That one right there, he's just on the ramp at least. But they would eventually have a little box that they would stand in the corner.
But even if, like, let's say Sid takes Sting and just tosses him,
It's happened.
liable to hit the camera guy, and there goes some equipment that's worth of money.
Yep,
You say size 16 boot?
that's what they said.
Goodness.
guys, and I'm sorry if I'm snotting and snorting and everything else. We're fighting cold or whatever's going on.
Ugh, yeah. Allergies have gone crazy where
East
we
Tennessee, allergy.
If any of y'all are thinking of moving over here to the south, don't.
What? No. Hey, wait a minute now.
No, I'm not bad mouthing the south. I'm
There's
bad mouthing the allergies.
You just learned to take allergy medicine. Don't.
Even
It
that
is-
doesn't help.
Move to Tennessee. Tennessee's a beautiful state. Don't listen
It
to
is.
him.
It is beautiful. It is beautiful. Don't get me
You'll
wrong.
live in Alabama probably.
I hate Alabama. You know that.
Bow, bow.
I hate Roll Tide.
Sting, I would love to have seen Sting come out like this time at his age right here and wrestle. I think Sting would still, because Sting was ahead of his time doing some of the high flying stuff, especially for his size. I would have loved to see Sting in the WWE before. Okay, I want you to watch some of this. You see, there's a big, huge difference coming out. See if you can spot it and tell me. Do you know who that is?
Nick Patrick?
No, the wrestler. The guy with the beard.
Oh God.
Right. Tell me if you see a difference right there.
To who? Difference to who?
I don't know. You tell me. Could you not tell a difference in those
I
two?
couldn't see anything.
So that was not Sting that he just pinned.
I couldn't tell. It's hard to tell.
There's three things. Well, maybe more, but at least. One, Sting's face paint was gone. That guy's face paint was still there. Two, Sting has a rat tail. That guy didn't. Three, that guy was probably about a foot, maybe 2 feet taller than Sting.
Okay, now I see it. Now I see it.
Sting is broader than that other guy. That was Barry Windham dressed up as Sting. They tried to steal the title basically from him. Technically, that should have been a disqualification.
But hey,
Sting hitting him with the belt. But, you know. Cover 1, 2, and 3. Sting
Ouch.
retains the world title. Dude. I wish wrestling, like, still the crowd was as into it as it is. But anyway, it is what it is. All right, guys. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, go ahead and bring up WrestleMania 8. It's going to be Sid versus Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 8. So go ahead and bring that up, and we'll be back right after the break. Are you enjoying WAW's Watch Along podcasts? Then be sure to look up other great wrestling podcasts like Something to Wrestle With, Bruce Pritchard, Grilling JR, 83 Weeks with Eric Bischoff, What Happened When with Tony Schiavone, My World with Jeff Jarrett, 6 Feet Under with Mark The Undertaker Calloway, and so many more. Just search for Wrestling Podcast however you listen to your podcast. And welcome back to WAW once again. I forgot camera is not over here. It is right here. I keep looking over in this direction. Anyway, WrestleMania 8 is the next one. The time queue is going to be 2 hours, 18 minutes, and 38 seconds. We'll have a little bit of a promo from Sid that we'll listen to. But before we get into all that, I wanted to talk to you guys about an event that is coming up in October. An event that I will be at. WAW will be there, not as media guest or not. We'll be there as guests or fans, I guess I should say. For this event, it is called Fest Weekend, and y'all, it has got so much stuff to do. Scarefest Weekend, they have speakers, they have featured vendors, hundreds and hundreds of vendors. You can get tattoos.
oh yeah, that's what I'm going for.
You want me to kill you now or later? That's what you're going before.
Like
Boy,
a tattoo?
I would say when you're 18 and out of the house, sure, but you're already 18, but you're not out of the house. Anyway, Scarefest, some of the stuff, Trick or Treat Studios is going to be there. Fright Nights, Kentucky's. They've I can't read that one, but they're going to be there. I can't even see Wicked World. Is that what that is?
Yep.
I'm old. I can't read.
Oh man, our favorite YouTubers ain't gonna be there.
Who?
We watched a movie.
We watched a movie. Is there? See?
You're no way.
Yep. We watched a movie. Is going to be there. So we're going to just scroll through. We're not going to go through.
I really want to go to this so bad.
He is driving me nuts wanting to go to this.
Huge horror fan.
He is a big horror movie fan, but I've got other kids that are also huge horror fans that are wanting to go.
But how many of your kids have two Jason masks, a Michael mask?
Well, I agree. I give you that. I understand that.
Seen about every single movie, know about almost every single thing about every single horror movie.
Yeah, I understand that, and but you know, there are other kids that want to go. Both my daughters want to go. They're like, "Can we please go?" I said, "No." I mean, it is so Friday. It's not. Let's do this real quick. I'm talking a lot about stuff that Scarefest in just a second. So it's not the most kid friendliest thing in the world, but it's not horrible either. We went last year. My wife and I. It was our first time going. We did not know what to expect. We went on Saturday evening. We just ran up there, spur of the moment thing. Sunday is supposed to be Kids Day, where you can bring your kids. And they can't control this. I mean, they do have costumes, and the only limit is no nudity. You can't, obviously. But there was a group of women that were dressed up, very scantily clad. They just had pasties on. So we were like, holy cow, is what it is. He's 18, so he would go, but my daughters are not 18. They want to go. I told them one year maybe I would take them up for one day, something like that. But it is a blast. The people that put this on, they put everything they. So just real quick, some of the people that's going to be there, or some of the stuff that's going on too. Talk Scary to Me, who we talk about on this quite a bit too. We have stuff from them. They are going to be doing a live Talk Scary to Me podcast. And just real quick, weekend passes, $75 a person. That is nothing. And I'll tell you now, get your passes if you're wanting to go to this. Get them soon, because they are getting close to selling out. But anyway, they have a celebrity ghost hunt. $85 a person. Not horrible, but they do celebrity ghost hunts. They've got
Rob Thompson
dinner. What's wrong with Rob Thompson?
Not a fan of him.
Well, this is live. You don't say stuff bad about something just because you're not a fan. I mean, anywho, they have Casualty Friday, which is an event. I mean, you can read it. Horror Icon host Kane Hodder joined us Friday night immediately following the convention for a live recording of the show featuring special guest. This is something new. I don't think they had that last year. Talk Scary to Me podcast live. If you've ever listened to Scout and Danielle, you know all about their podcast. Killers on the Rocks, where you go have drinks with some celebrities. And that's just stuff talking about other stuff that, if the event gets canceled and all that. But anyway, some of the guests. Clive Barker, who is a writer for the Hellraiser franchise, which is a huge announcement. Let's see.
Go back up.
What?
That guy right there. Jeff and Willie. Love those two guys. Two guys from my favorite show, Mountain Monsters.
I've never seen it, but
it's awesome. A good show.
Adam Green, who's the writer and director of the Hatchet films. Alex Vincent, who is the young boy in Child's Play 1 and 2.
Amanda Brees, love her.
What is she in?
Fright Night. She's the
Fright Night.
She's either producer or writer of Fright Night.
Gotcha.
I can't remember which one she is. And Bill Johnson.
Guys, if you hear a bunch of pops with somebody, we kind of live out in the country a little bit.
We have a farm. We live a few minutes from a farm. They They got guns.
Somebody's
galore.
shooting guns. So so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time. Brad from Pet Cemetery, Brett Wagner from Texas Chainsaw Massacres. I'm trying to get down to some of the people like
Caroline Williams.
Yep, Christine from Child's Play. CJ Graham, you guys, my favorite Friday 13th. It's Friday 13th Part 6. Jason Lives. CJ Graham's going to be there. Plan on getting the autograph. Oh, I've already got autograph pictures with him. The Jeepers Creepers truck.
Yes.
Let's see. Danielle Harris. I'm going to get pictures and autographs with her. Dave Sheridan, who was in the spoof of Scream, Scary Movies.
Dave Tango, who I've watched growing up, watching the old Ghost Hunter TV show.
Denise from Pet Cemetery. Derek Mears from the 2009 reboot of Friday 13th. Going to get an axe on by him. Devin Sawa from Final Destinations. Dick Warlock from Halloween 2. Let's see. Instead of scroll, my scroll button does not want to work, so we're just going to do it this way. James Jude Courtney from the recent Halloween films, I met him last year. He is a honest guy, a wonderful man. He sat and talked about SEC football. I had a Tennessee hat on. Of course, he had to rag me on that while he's a South Carolina fan. Jamie Kennedy from the Scream franchise.
Jeff Broderick.
Yep, Jeff Broderick, who is a Ghostface, I believe, in Scream 3.
Brockton, my bad.
Is it Brockton? Yeah.
Brockton, yeah. Cabin Fever.
Kane Hodder from Friday 13th films. Again, awesome person to chat with.
Kathy Lester. Isn't she from
no idea.
Vampire Babysitter?
I have no idea on that one. Let's see. Lee Waldell he was the original Ghostface in the first Scream.
Ken Page for the fans of Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yep, Leo from Halloween 2, who had the best song in there, but it was so fun.
Mark, yeah, definitely.
Marley Shelton from the last couple of Scream films. Matthew Lillard, guys. Thing on Matthew Lillard, if you are going to Scarefest, which is October 18th through the 20th, if you're going, Matthew Lillard is going to have a ticket system, meaning that you have to have a ticket to get in his line. You don't have to purchase it, but it'll be now serving ticket, 412 that way, because his line is going to be huge. He is going to have a huge, huge line. Nick Castle, who's the original Michael Myers in the original Halloween film. Met him last year, talked to him, sweetheart of a guy, amazing person. Roger L. Jackson, who's the voice of Ghostface. Of course, he's done stuff for Cartoon Network. Rose, who was the original Scream. So anyway, Scott Taylor Compton, all these people. If you've ever seen American Pie, you know who this is. Skeet Ulrich. What do you like? You better not have seen American Pie. Wait, oh boy, I'm telling you.
I haven't. But I've seen the 13 whatever she was in.
Tyler Mane from Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Also, Tyler Mane. Mm-hmm. If y'all seen the go back up to him.
The new
he had played
Deadpool and Wolverine. Yep.
He played Sabretooth in there.
And he was in the original X-Men too.
Yeah.
And they've still got guests yet to announce, guys. So, and they've had a couple of cancellations, unfortunately. Only 3, so that's not too bad. So, anyway, Scarefest. Let's go back up here at the top, make you guys real dizzy. Scarefest weekend. It is October 8th. This is the 16th year doing this, by the way. It's October 18th through the 20th at the Central Bank Center in Lexington, Kentucky. They have celebrity photo ops. Let's look at this real quick because these are a little on the expensive side. Mm-hmm. But if you are a fan of celebrity photos and having your picture with them, then it is totally going to be worth it for you. Let's
you know what I'm kind of sad not to see on the list to be there?
Who's that?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
She does not do HorrorCon. Jamie Lee Curtis... I'm not trying to say anything bad. She can give a crap about horror fans and the horror franchise. Even though she was in Halloweens and all that, it's a money thing. Anyway, it's not letting me bring up the photo ops.
List.
Yeah, the whole list. But every single one of these do celebrity photo ops. For example, they are having a Scream photo op with every actor that is there from the Scream franchise. That photo op, though...
It's going to be a long line.
Oh, no. $500 and something.
$500 for that much?
Yeah, so that it is expensive on stuff. But the fun thing about it is the vendors. Hundreds and hundreds of vendors, and they have got some amazing stuff, guys, that you can purchase. We're not going to sit here and go through everybody on
Just go
this
through like
list.
4 or 5.
I don't even know if it's going to show me.
Oh, no, it does.
It does. Awesome.
Doomsday Crypt.
Talked to them last year. Good bunch of people. I mean, they've got all kinds of stuff that you can buy. Tattoos. Trick or Treat Studios has a great booth. Let's see. Now here, if we want, we can sit here and go down this list. But this is the guests here, and here are all the guests. This stuff, the greens and the blues are the vendors. And I think it might be some, let's see. I know they're right in here, I think. Yeah, right there they are. We watched the movie.
Yeah, my boys.
I knew you were going. They're at booth 903.
So, Mike and Jay, if you haven't seen their YouTube channel, go check them out. Awesome, hilarious guys. They got a whole Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis skit on there that you can watch for hours on end, and you would laugh your tail off.
Now, this may be last year's setup. I don't know if this one may not be the
Is it?
new one. I'm just trying to look real quick.
It is, because look, October 2023.
Yeah, this is the last year. Now, the people that I'm talking about are still going to be here.
Oh, yeah.
But this is last year's booth setup, so we're not going to worry about that. But anyway, check it out, scarefestweekend.com. Of course, you can find them on Facebook. You can find them on Instagram, social medias. They have a weekly thing they do called Scarefest TV. If you have ever wanted to go to a horror con, this is definitely the one to go to. There's another one closer to us in Tennessee that we'll be talking about later on next year. It is called, what is that one called? Oh my God, I can't remember it off the top of my head. It is called Smoky Mountain Terror, I believe is the name of it. Let's see if I'm right.
Smoky Mountain Horror.
No, it is Smoky Mountain Terror. So that one comes up next year.
Which, for those who you don't know, is like a 45-minute drive for us.
Yeah, nothing.
Actually, no, not even. That's an hour because it's Kingsport.
Yeah, so it's a quick drive for us, May 30th through June the 1st.
I'll go there on my birthday then.
Yep. Yeah, there you go. That can be something you can do for your birthday next year. So anyway, scarefest.com, scarefestweekend.com.
It's going to be a huge event.
You guys will absolutely love it. Fun weekend. They have contests that they do, like Halloween costume contests. They have all kind of great stuff. So anyway, that is enough about that. We rambled on about that for like an hour. Not really, but anyway. WrestleMania 8, 2 hours, 18 minutes, and 38 seconds. We'll give you just a minute to get there before we press play. This is going to be Hulk Hogan versus Sid. At this time, Sid was a good guy. The Royal Rumble come around. Hogan thought Sid was going to help him, and Sid actually caused Hogan to get eliminated. He grabbed Hogan's arm and was holding on to it, and Hogan was like, "What are you doing, brother?" And Ric Flair come up from behind him and eliminated Hogan. Ric Flair became the World Heavyweight Champion. So that set up Hogan versus Sid at WrestleMania 8. There is the backstory, behind the stage, behind the scenes story that is one of the reasons Sid left the WWE at this time. Your hair's a mess. Put that hat back on.
It's fine.
You're on camera. Put that thing back on. Camera etiquette, I swear. If I ever teach you, kid. Where Hogan and Sid said Hogan can basically act like a child backstage, and Sid basically said, "I don't want nothing to do with this kind of stuff." He went back to WCW. Don't know if that's true, rumor, and innuendo. All right, we're going to press play. We're going to watch this match. Hogan versus Sid, WrestleMania 8, and 3, 2, 1, play. And we're going to take a listen to Sid here. Shut up! Go chill. Look at his eyes. He's like so intense.
You sure this guy didn't do Speed?
I don't know, but I would think not. Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon, man, they were gold together. They were so funny.
Oh gosh, those glasses.
Oh yeah.
Tony Stark calling. He wants his glasses back.
They do look like Tony Stark's glasses, don't they? Oh, Howard Finkel. He was like one of the best announcers, ring announcers. WrestleMania.
Wrestle. Such a redneck thing to say.
Oh, I cannot. And I'm from the South. I cannot stand that wrestle.
I'll say that.
Your papa says that too. Your poppy says that every once in a while.
I say it all the time.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. You'd be surprised.
To sound country or
you'd be
redneck
surprised
or whatever it is. He tries to be the country boy.
More than you are.
100%. I am a city boy. I'm not gonna lie. I love these low camera angles. It makes them look so much bigger than what they were.
Mm-hmm. That kid like he does not want to be there.
Yeah, he didn't look thrilled, did he?
He's like, I could have been home watching cartoons, Mom. Why did you bring me to this? So this is the Sid Justice era?
Yeah, so the thing with Vince McMahon, he never wanted to use a name that somebody used somewhere else. He always wanted to put his spin on it so he could own it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
make money off of it.
Right. So instead of Sid Vicious, he used Sid Justice. And then when he come back to later years, he was Psycho Sid. Hogan had great entrance music.
Gosh, very AC/DC.
AC/DC.
Listen to it.
I don't get that vibe at all.
But this is the best song for Hulk Hogan.
I don't know. Hogan's Jimi Hendrix. Voodoo Child. That was pretty
Don't
dang
get me
good.
wrong, I love Jimi Hendrix. But I don't know. It just...
Sorry, I'm typing. My daughter texted me something. She said, your podcast is taking up all the internet.
I was like, it's not. We're not even, actually live on Twitch or anything.
No, we're just recording, so she just wants to gripe.
She just wants to complain.
Hey, guys, one thing I do want to talk about, I'm sure you've seen it scrolling this whole time.
You want to go for it, or do you want me to?
Well, no, since you want to interrupt me, you go right ahead.
We can both do it.
No,
Let's
go
both
ahead.
do it.
Go ahead.
You do two, I'll do so.
No, go ahead.
Nope.
Go.
Nope.
So what was I going to talk about?
I'm going to talk about the sponsors.
Wrong, see?
Or not the sponsors, the links.
And wrong, see? You don't even know what I was going to talk about, but you wanted to interrupt. Go ahead.
You can talk about links. Yeah.
No, I was going to talk about the thing that is scrolling at the top, the You Matter stuff. Especially with men don't like showing emotion. They don't like talking about stuff. But depression and hard times, all that stuff comes to guys just as much as it does women. You can always message me. I'm not trained. I have no experience, nothing like that. But I will talk to you in chat, message you, whatever. But if you ever do need to talk to somebody, call that hotline, man. You'll be connected with a trained professional that will sit and talk to you. I've battled depression. I know what it is. It sucks. It's horrible. Unfortunately, it's a part of life, though, for some people. And some people, it's even worse. So if you ever need help, just really, You Matter. We're here. I'll talk with you through chats and stuff. So never take it for granted, guys. Now, what he was talking about, I'm sure, is the QR codes, the Facebook and the link tree and the Instagrams and all that stuff. So, yeah, definitely.
And And the reason I want to bring that up is also the You Matter thing. If you can't find us and you want to talk to us about that kind of stuff, the links.
Yeah.
And not just the links. You can find him from the links, but if you want to, just say hey to me or say what's up, go to Twitch, go to Marshmallows Twitch, Bobby Ray Gray's Twitch, or Officer Thacker, and there's like a 50% chance I'll be in one of those. Just talking, hanging out, maybe be talking some smack.
Who, you?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit of smack. A little bit about Messer's driving.
Yeah.
But if you want to talk to me, go to their Twitch accounts, follow them, join their lives. I'm in there sometimes. Just look for the Twitch handle, Halls High 573. It's all one word, all lowercase. It's pretty easy to find. I'm trying to get back in there. I haven't been in there that often due to school and getting all this done for the podcast and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But if I'm in there, just say hey. I mean, I ain't gonna bite y'all.
And that's something else too. School's starting back, so there's gonna be times where I'm just gonna be doing some of these myself. I'm sure a lot of homework and stuff coming up with these guys. But anyway, WrestleMania 8, Hogan is getting his butt kicked by Sid. By this time, to me, I think Hulkamania, the wheels are falling off of Hulkamania. I think everybody had seen the same old thing, the hulking up, the, right hand, big boot, leg drop, 1, 2, 3, Hogan poses. It started kind of wearing thin. I mean, people were still, obviously, you look at the crowd. They're still into it. It's just
energetic about Hulk Hogan coming out.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't know. To me, even as a kid, I was never a big Hulkamaniac at all.
It started to get predictable.
Oh, God, yeah.
You could see him come out, you're like, okay, he's going to do this, he's going to do this, he's going to do this, and it's going to end like this.
So my kids are texting me saying, the internet is slow.
And they're blaming us.
The podcast, I said, there's no way. I said, we're not live. We're not live, we're recording. And my daughter Emmeline said, well, there needs to be an excuse about why the internet is slow, and I choose you to blame you. And she put LOL. So disrespectful.
I know, right? Could never be me.
He is totally not one of them.
Shush. Oh my God, she's crazy.
I'm sorry, I think my opinion doesn't matter much, but Sid should have won this match. If this was going to be Hogan's last match, and I think he was going to film a movie or whatever, I think Mr. Nanny or whatever it was, then Sid should have won this and Hogan should have bowed out for a while.
And that's the thing with wrestlers. When they say they're having a last match, they'll find a way to come back. We've seen it happen before. Undertaker versus AJ Styles. He came back more than once for a match.
Not after that. That was his last
before
match.
That, he did.
But Taker's never said this is my last match. This is my last match. He said it's winding down. Now, there has been wrestlers that have retired
and came back
and been back 2 weeks later. A lot of times it's a gimmick. It's, we're going to have you retire, but you're going to come back under a mask for so long, and then so a lot of times it's storyline.
Gosh, who was it?
And Hogan never said it was just the fact that he was going to go away and film Mr. Nanny or whatever, Suburban Commando, whatever it was, at the time. That's why I think he should have lost. He should have lost going out, then come back and get a rematch and beat him at SummerSlam or Royal Rumble or whatever it would have been. Instead of Hogan must pose after every match. Hogan must pose. And
go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good. What?
And back to the whole last match thing. We've seen wrestlers come back multiple times. Sting did it. Kane did it more than once.
Not from retirements, neither one of them. So, like, they're
Not completely retiring, like saying they're going to take a break for a long period of time, then appear out of nowhere.
Well, a lot of times, like Kane, for example. Kane really never took time off unless he got injured.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Undertaker. Now, Sting is a different story. Sometimes Sting would take times off, especially in the 98, 99 era. But you've never really seen like wrestlers retire since you've been alive.
No.
Like John Cena's doing this whole year-long thing where it's his retirement year. He's going to be done. He'll be done with it.
Oh, yeah.
But back here, especially in the 80s, 70s, 80s, like Terry Funk, I don't know if you know who that is or not.
I heard the name.
Terry Funk retired like 700 times, and he would always come back. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Hogan, I mean, nobody ever thought Hogan was going to retire here. But I just say because he says it was his final match. So right there, I think one more choke slam and a power bomb, and that should have been the end of the match. Hogan should have lost this match. And there's actually a big blooper in this match. When we get there, I'll talk about it. But yeah, do unto the man as he would do unto you, but do it first. So saith Sid Justice. You ain't got nothing to say on that?
That's coming from a man who's over 6 feet tall.
Yeah, I can literally do what he wants.
I'd be more intimidated from that.
Oh, yeah. So my 5'6" self. Like I said, this time I was always a WCW guy. I was never a big WWF fan back then. To me, WWF is always more cartoony. I like the more realistic type wrestling. So I was not a big huge Hulkamaniac. But the real match on this one that stole the show to me was Ric Flair and Randy Savage. They had a really good match on here. I'll tell you a story about Hogan. Another personal story. Well, not mine. It's not my story, but so we go to church with this couple that used to live in Florida, Rocky and Kim.
Yeah, I know.
And Rocky used to install cable for
a living.
Scripps Howard Cable or Comcast, whoever it was in Florida. So him and his guy he worked with, they were called out to this house. They ring the doorbell, and this one beautiful blonde woman comes to the door, just half dressed. They said, "Sure." I mean, she was just in like little shorty shorts and a bathing suit top. And they were like, "Oh, hello, darling," you know. And so anyway, they tell them why they're there and all this. And she said, "Okay, give me just a second. I'm actually headed to the store. My husband will be down just a minute." They said, "Okay, we'll wait here on him." Well, the next thing they hear is boom, 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 boom coming down the steps. The guy comes down the steps, and standing in front of them is a huge monster looking of a dude in shorts covered from shaving cream from his neck down to his shorts, and then all of his legs and arms covered in shaving cream, which was Hulk Hogan. And Rocky is a big guy. He's not a small dude, but he's like dwarfed by this monster of a dude. So anyway, he thought that was hilarious that he comes down head to toe in shaving cream. Here comes the classic 80 comeback. He's starting to jerk. He's starting to twitch. Uh-oh, brother. Here we go. Convulsing. He's going. Is Sid going to stop him? Boom. He should have gave him 2 power bombs and pinned him. That should have been the end of the match. Sid Vicious should have, or Sid Justice, he should have been World Heavyweight Champion after this. He should have beat Randy Savage for it, or whoever. I think Randy won and become World Champion. He should have picked him up and done it again. But no, Hogan going to kick out, shake the head. Here we go, brother. Big boot. Gonna body slam him. Again, Hogan's moveset. He would do the same thing versus the big men. Big boot, they wouldn't go down, so he's gonna slam him. Then give him the big leg drop. So here's the blooper. Up until this point, what's fixing to happen has never happened. Nobody has ever kicked out of the Hogan leg drop. The reason Sid had to kick out is because the person that is coming down the aisle here in just a second was late. That right there should be no disqualification. That guy in the blue, Harvey, he didn't hit Hogan. He didn't do nothing to Hogan. Papa Shango was supposed to interfere and cause the disqualification. Papa Shango missed his time cue when to come out and attack Hogan. So now the disqualification would have happened.
Mm-hmm.
So what was supposed to happen is when Hogan hit the big boot and all that, when the referee hit 2, Papa Shango was supposed to already be there and like maybe hit an elbow or stop Hogan somehow from winning. Instead, he missed the time cue and I have my opinion on this gentleman here, too.
You want to say it?
No, I will reserve that for a time we talk about the Ultimate Warrior. I will say that Ultimate Warrior was great at getting the energy level huge and through the roof. And we'll leave it at that for right now. All right, so there's Hogan, Sid Justice at WrestleMania 8. And guys, when we come back, we're going to jump to 1996 to Survivor Series. Sid versus the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Again, I'm looking at that camera that is not even on. Sid versus Shawn Michaels, Survivor Series 1996. From there, we're going to go back to WrestleMania at WrestleMania 13, where Sid versus The Undertaker. From there, we're going to jump to WCW Road Wild. I believe is 99, but I'm not sure on that one, but we'll get with you. For Sting versus Sid. And from there, we're going to go to the very last match televised for WWE. June 25th, 2012, Sid versus Heath Slater. So those are the next matches coming up. And we will get right back with Survivor Series 96 right after the break. Are you looking for the latest in horror and action movie news? or just want to have a good laugh and escape life for a little while? Well, join Mike and Jay with We Watched a Movie. You can follow them on Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, Spotify, and more. Just Google We Watched a Movie and enjoy as their 20-plus year friendship comes to life as these two crazy guys explore the movie world with watch-alongs, live events, news updates, and comedy skits as Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis.
Oh, did you feel? You didn't even feel it, huh? Oh my god, I am fucking up. Oh, Dr. Loomis's place.
Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe to all their social media accounts for all the updates and notifications for live events. That's We Watch a Movie with Mike and Jay. And welcome back to WAW Watch Along Wrestling. We are in the middle of Sid Vicious, remembering Sid Vicious, going through some of his best matches, and we're going to 1996 Survivor Series, Shawn Michaels and Sid Vicious, where Sid wins his first World Heavyweight title in the WWF, and actually I think it's his first world title period. I think this is the first time he ever wins the big one. Great match with Shawn Michaels. Time queue is 2 hours and 26 minutes even. 2 hours and 26 minutes. And while you're bringing that up, speaking of Survivor Series, this is going to be a perfect little segue to talk about our first WAW live event, which is going to be Survivor Series this year, 2024 in November. So we're going to live stream and do a watch along with that pay-per-view. Sean will probably join me. Caitlin may join me. Gavin will probably join me. So we may switch in and out. We may have all four of them somehow in here. I don't know exactly how that's going to work yet, but we will figure that out. So that's going to be our first live we're going to do. It will probably be on Twitch. So go find our Twitch, which is WAW. Again, QR code. Scan that and it'll take you to it. If you're having an issue with it, if you can't find it, whatever, send us a message. That's one reason I push the Discord as well. That way, because it's live, I'll respond to it every single time. So join our Discord there. It's going to be coming up here in just a few minutes on your screen. So keep in touch with us through that. So Survivor Series 2024 is going to be our first live event with WAW. We are not going to probably do every single Raw, every single SmackDown, every single whatever. We do have 6 kids. We're not doing this for, if this was a job, sure, we would be sitting here doing this every time we could. But right now, I'll just bring it up. Here's what we got planned. Let's talk about it real quick.
Well,
go ahead.
I was going to say, while you were doing that, again, the link thing, if you can't get to one of us on Discord, go to Twitch, find me on there. I'll get the link to you.
If you want everybody to find you on there, we'll have to get you set up with something. I was like, it's going to be hard just to find you on Twitch.
Well, if you can find my Twitch handle, just send me a whisper on Twitch and I'll get it to you.
We'll work that out. So here's what we're going to do. November 30th, Survivor Series this year. We're going to do, it's going to be on 2 things. It's going to be on Twitch and TikTok. So it's going to be simulcast. The next one will be February the 1st, which will be the Royal Rumble, Twitch and TikTok. I've got these listed. Again, I don't know if we're going to do all of these every time. I don't know yet. February 22nd, Elimination Chamber, Twitch and TikTok. April the 18th is the Hall of Fame. Don't know if we're actually going to do it yet. If we do, that's going to be a Patreon exclusive. WrestleMania Night 1, Twitch and TikTok. WrestleMania Night 2, Patreon. Backlash, Patreon. King and Queen of the Ring, Patreon. Money in the Bank in July, Twitch, TikTok. SummerSlam, Twitch, TikTok. Again, I don't know if we're actually going to do all these just yet. We may only do the major 4. We may only do Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam. I don't know yet. Just because, again, 6 kids, wife, we do have stuff we do outside of this. School takes up a lot of stuff. Church. So we are busy. I would love to be able to sit down and do this every month.
But we're not able to.
And have fun with you guys and just and bring up live and have chat and talk to you guys. And I hate using that term chat. But have the chat up and talk while we're watching this stuff and just go back and forth and have some banter going on. Again, if and I don't expect this to happen. I'm not looking forward to happen. If it does happen, awesome, great. If stuff does take off and say Twitch, we start getting subscribers to Twitch. That's something. Okay, hey, this is working. This we can do this more. Or if the Patreon takes off, hey, all right, we can do more lives on the Patreon because this is actually taking off more. Mm-hmm. But again, we are doing this just because it's something we want to do. We find it fun. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. I know sometimes the banter goes off in left field. So it is what it is.
But that's the joy of it. If we didn't have banter,
I'm just saying sometimes we go off in totally different rants and topics on stuff.
If we didn't have banter, would it be that enjoyable?
Oh yeah, I know. But and it wouldn't just be sitting here watching the screen and making comments here and there about the wrestling.
It would be very shallow.
So again, hopefully we can do more than just maybe the 4. We'll see how it goes and see what we can do. But anyway, hopefully we've got this brought up. Survivor Series 1996, 2 hours and 26 minutes. What was it?
Let's go. Ready for it?
Oh, I thought you were talking about that or the excitement about the lives. I didn't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I'm ready for everything.
So here we go. Press play in
3, 2, 1.
So you hear Vince McMahon in the old style. I've got to get me a cord extender. This thing's driving me nuts.
Want to switch?
No, we're good. So now Sid is full-blown Psycho. He is Psycho Sid. Now he had already went back to WCW, had a little run back there, left WCW for the crazy reason. Him and Arn Anderson got in a altercation and somebody got stabbed. It's crazy. So Sid came back to the WWF, WWE, whatever you want to call it, as Psycho Sid. Had a really good run. I love this music though, the Psycho style music. I thought it was great.
It sounds good. Except that part right there.
That's what I loved about it.
Very
screechiness.
Very it's
Psycho. The movie. No. Have you ever seen the movie Psycho?
Yes, I've seen the movie Psycho, but it's very screamish.
Mm-hmm.
Very scream oriented.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The pyro.
I wish they would do more stuff like that. But nowadays they have the whole 3D thing with matches.
Yeah, the entrances and stuff.
Like Roman Reigns has the Bloodline 3D thing with all the lasers. And, ugh.
I don't mind that stuff, but
I
don't like the graphics where you have like the huge Roman on the screen and the little cartoon look to it. I don't like that.
Or the dog.
Yeah, I don't like those. I don't like. And I don't think they have any more on Raw where the robot comes out and it says Raw and I don't like that kind of stuff.
No, they don't have that. But I actually, that kind of, what they did with the pyrotech, I prefer that over the lasers and 3D and all that.
I prefer it over 3D. I like the laser stuff on entrances. I don't mind that at all.
It feels like I'm at a dubstep concert.
But I like anything with pyro. I like pyro.
Yeah.
Not everybody. Everybody doesn't need pyro, but
no, gosh no.
Shawn Michaels at this time was so over. Like, he was, especially with women. Like, the women loved Shawn Michaels. And there were times, all these women jumping up and down and going crazy. There was times where he would be walking to the ring and, like, the barrier would fall over because there were so many people leaning over trying to tag him and all this stuff.
It's the hair, man.
It's the hair.
It's the hair.
It's the mullet, really?
Yes, I'm telling you.
Oh, my
It's
God.
the power of the mullet, man. Why do you think people love Patrick Swayze?
He wants a mullet. So
What's
bad.
wrong with him?
So many things. Oh my gosh.
Okay, first off, that is not a mullet. You know what that is?
That right here is not, but he did have a mullet at one point.
That is like the Kiss glam rock hair.
Yeah. Mullets.
They're coming back, I'm telling you.
Man, they'll leave just to quit.
That's what they said about scrunchies and bell bottoms.
And they did.
Oh, people still wear them. I mean, go-go boots are coming back.
They can keep going. Apparently Sean had hair in his chewing gum or something.
The one guy in wrestling I get my namesake from has gum in his hair.
Well, originally we were going to name you that, but after him, but then we decided to put SEAN instead of SH.
W. Sounds the same, Sean.
Oh yeah, so sounds like.
Gosh, those pants.
His Sean's
Yes, goodness gracious, they're an eyesore.
white and gold.
Mm-hmm. The white, the gold, and the black. Oof. Right to the face.
I would have loved to seen Sean and Sting one time.
Oh, that would have been a good match.
Yeah, Sean or Sting and Randy Orton, I think would have been great.
I don't know, I feel like Randy Orton would just mop the floor with Sean.
But Sean
Yeah,
or Sting?
Sean.
I'm pretty sure Randy and Sean's fault.
I don't think Sting and him have they?
No. Sting was in WWE for a cup of coffee. Just because he had some neck stuff. I think that would have been a great retirement for Sting. Sting and Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Orton beat him in a retirement match. Legend killer and that whole thing. But anyway.
Oh, can you imagine just how much force is behind that slap?
Yeah, no, you're not gonna win fist with Sid.
No, gosh, no.
Even
Sid is
if
like,
it
what,
was real, yeah.
270 around that range.
I guess, yeah, 300 something.
Oh, 300 because they said it last when we watched, and he's 6 something, and most of that weight's in muscle. So Shawn was like, "Yeah, no, I ain't, no, Oh gosh, look at the guy in the background.
Oh, I know it. 90s style.
90s are coming back. See, that's one thing I've never understood.
What's that?
When they're going to the ropes and started to go for a clothesline, every wrestler nowadays doesn't even duck.
Yeah, they do.
Like
I mean,
what Sid just did, I have not seen that in a while.
they do. It's not. I mean, it's just a different style of wrestling nowadays.
Yeah. Ooh. Didn't he have knee surgery? Psycho Sid?
I don't know what surgeries he's had. Now he broke his leg in a match. And we're not going to watch that on here or nothing, but he was in a match and he told him he was uncomfortable doing it to begin with. They wanted him to go to the top rope and he said no. So he went to the second rope, and when you look, his shins are not thick. I mean, he doesn't have big shins. And he jumped off the top or the second rope with his leg out. So he landed on one leg.
Mm-hmm.
So you had one foot extended out to kick somebody. And when he did, it snapped in half.
Ooh.
It is disgusting to watch.
What year was that?
2000, 2001.
So it was after this, so.
Oh yeah. He only had a handful of matches after that, like after he recovered. And it's crazy. You hear the fans. Sid is supposed to be the bad guy, but for whatever reason, they were behind Sid more than they were Shawn Michaels this time.
Oh, a knee right to that leg.
Sorry, guys, I had a coughing going on.
Like we said, allergies are terrible this year.
Yep.
It's been kicking everyone's butt.
And the more we talk, for some reason, my throat gets all raspy
Cottonmouthy.
and no, just sore and raspy.
I'll start getting you some tea for your throat.
Nah. I don't think it's mixed at all. I think everybody's pretty much behind Sid. And I know we've said this about just probably every match, maybe except for the Hogan match. If Sid wanted to, Sid would beat the tar out of anybody.
If he wanted to, he could just do some damage.
Could you do that?
What?
Skin the cat, go over the top rope, pull your stuff back up, flip over?
Shoot, no. My 144-pound butt wouldn't be able to do that. I'm not that athletic. I mean, I can push some weight around, I can move with some weight on me, but do that? No.
So this match is, or this event, pay-per-view, is in Madison Square Garden.
New York?
Yep.
That explains it.
You talking about why the fans are more Sid?
That explains that the one guy in the background wearing the navy blue, yeah, that guy right there, navy blue jacket, like the old school low buzz cut.
Yeah.
Because I saw a guy wearing the NY hat over there. See?
Oh, yeah. I figure that's why the fans are pro Sid, just because they're a New York crowd.
It's New Yorkers, man. I mean...
See where Sid's he's not really kicking him, he's just kind of gliding his foot across.
Yeah.
He's not putting any force with it. Do me a favor.
Yep.
Turn that fan off.
Cold?
I am freezing.
First you wanted it on, then you wanted it off.
Well, it was hot in here when we first came in.
It does get hot in this room.
It does.
Just because where your office is, and you got that window back there, and you're closer to outdoors.
And my lights done cut off. We're in here late. Those things don't cut off till 10 o'clock.
Usually by now I'm in my bed, laying down. I have my LED lights turned off because if I don't turn those off, I can't sleep.
Now I'm normally in bed too. It's like 10:15 here.
It is 10:14 here in East Tennessee.
Are you like a parrot? You're just going to repeat?
You didn't even say where we were. For all they know, we could be in Massachusetts.
We do not sound like we're from Massachusetts.
Oh, we definitely don't.
Yeah, I know behind that, in those turnbuckle pad, is padding. But you heard him hit it, and I wonder how
what's the
much for. I mean, like what he actually felt when he hits that. Because it sounds like it's rough. See, but I don't know.
Well, if you look at it, you see the behind the turnbuckles right there, that little bar.
Yeah,
that's probably what you're hearing.
Yeah, I'm not. But I just wonder how much he's actually feeling that. Because, like I said, those pads are full of stuffing.
What they're like. They're a little bit of wood, a bunch of stuffing.
No, there's no wood in it at all.
There's no wood. It's all metal?
No. Inside where that WWE logo is.
Yeah.
Inside it's nothing but padding and stuffing. Now behind is a hook, a circle where they run the rope through. So it's a piece of metal.
Kind of like the trampoline hooks.
Yeah, but a lot bigger.
That's probably what you're hearing is like just that spring hitting. I'd imagine it's just like punching bag material, basically.
No, it's a lot softer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I like,
the way
I like
he
that.
just
Head stand up on his head.
they should basically call him dumb.
No, I was saying he's just taking a beating.
I was about to say.
The Shinamamaki. I think that's what it was called. Not it's the $1 Million Dream, but I think it was the other name for it.
Ah, so close. He just cat clawed him.
Poked him in the eyeball.
I was gonna say, just went row on him.
I like Sid's chokeslam. One hand chokeslams.
They're good.
Yeah, I thought they were kind of cool the way he done them. Now, if he was facing somebody that couldn't jump good, they looked horrible. Power slam. Phew, man. Your mother got the air conditioner going. It is freezing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got a hoodie on.
You want to go get you a hoodie? I got an extra, like an XL in my room.
I am not going to fit in your hoodies.
You probably fit in my Cummins hoodie.
I got one in the closet right there.
You want to grab it?
No.
That Cummins hoodie's like a XL or XXL.
I got a Hammer hoodie in the closet.
Lucky.
Yep, I should start wearing them.
I think that's something I'm going to do with these kind of things.
What's that?
Have like a hoodie, like have different hoodies for different...
You got enough of them. Yeah.
For different events. Same with the hats. So, different hat for each episode, different hoodie for each episode. Kind of how like the tarp streamers do it. Oh, did you hear that?
Mm-hmm. Hit the old man in the chest. Make him have a heart attack. Vince McMahon is horrible on commentary. There it is.
Talking like
He was just horrible.
What's the name of Homer's dad?
To what?
What's the name of Homer's dad?
Oh, on The Simpsons?
Yes.
I know, yeah. I can't remember his name. Grandpa Simpson's the only thing I remember. I can't remember.
That's what he sounds like. That's what Vince McMahon sounds like.
Yeah.
Abraham.
Yeah, Abraham Simpson. Yep.
I couldn't, for the life of me, I could not remember that. I don't know how I feel about that blue and yellow banner on the ring.
Yeah, I didn't like the logo at this time. I didn't like that version of it.
How do you feel about the red, white, and blue ropes?
I love the red, white, and blue ropes.
I do too. I like them.
Now, that doesn't fit now.
No, obviously.
But, like, if they do a special, you know, they bring them back every once in a while.
Oh! Those old school cameras, gosh.
Guys, again, I do apologize for this camera angle. I hate this camera angle. It looks horrible. But
we were having some technical difficulties.
Yeah. So I use a camera called a Mevo camera. And Power Bomb, we'll get back to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Power Bomb. 1, 2, 3. New World Heavyweight Champion, Psycho Sid.
Gosh, that music is...
I love the music.
amazing.
So the other camera, this one I'm using right now is just a Logitech webcam. It's nothing special. It's probably about 10 years old. The other one I've been using is a Mevo camera. And it worked great for a long time. I don't know what the problem is with it right now. But with the freezing up, it's aggravating the tar out of me. So Mevo, I could use a new one, you know. Just saying. They're expensive. I ain't.
They are.
They
They're
are.
like what, $500 to $600?
That one was $600 or $700. I like this World Heavyweight title too. I mean,
it is a nice one,
but it doesn't look as good as the WCW version.
Oh no!
All right, guys. So that is SummerSlam Survivor Series 1996. Coming up next after the break, we are going to jump to we're going to go to WrestleMania 13, which is going to be Sid versus The Undertaker. Good match between them two. Then after that, we'll be jumping, like I said, to Road Wild, Sting versus Sid. Then we'll have the last match, televised match of Sid in the WWE, where he was a surprise opponent for Heath Slater. So all that coming up right after the break. The Smoky Mountain Terror Horror Convention returns to the Meadowview Convention Center in Kingsport, Tennessee for its third annual event on May the 30th through June the 1st, 2025. This convention has grown so much since it first began, and this year is the convention's first 3-day event. Current guest lineup includes Corey Feldman from Friday the 13th, David Howard Thornton from Terrifier, Lee Waddell, the original Ghostface from Scream, and a Twilight Saga reunion. Now this is just a few of the current lineup, with so many more announcements still yet to come. Go to SmokyMountainTerror.com for ticket information, guests, events, merchandise, and much more. And if you're interested in being a vendor, just click on the vendor tab and follow the instructions. Again, go to SmokyMountainTerror.com for more information. And welcome back to WAW Watch Along Wrestling. We are right in the middle of our Sid tribute show for like I said, one of the best big men ever in professional wrestling. Of course, I'm talking about Sid Vicious. Had a little bit of technical difficulties with the last show. Hopefully this one, the rest of this will be a little bit better. Shooting this on a different day. But hopefully we've got everything worked out. I know everything kind of looks a little bit different. Got some more lighting in the background, so we're always adding something. But anyway, we're going to be going to WrestleMania 13. WrestleMania 13, Sid versus The Undertaker. Sid defending the WWF World Heavyweight title against The Undertaker, and a great match. After that, we're going to be going to WCW Road Wild, 1999, Sid versus Sting, and then the last match we're going to be watching is Raw, June 25th, I believe it is. June 25th, 2012, Sid Vicious surprise versus Heath Slater. So we'll take a look at all that. So if you want to go ahead and bring up WrestleMania 13 on Peacock, the time queue is 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 13 seconds. So WrestleMania 13, 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 13 seconds. And you should have a picture of the winged eagle on your screen, and then pan out to an interview, and we'll listen to this interview with Sid Vicious. But we're going to give you time to queue that up and get things going. And before we go into that, over on the screen, the text of "You Matter." We can't push that enough. Mental health for anybody is a struggle. More so for men, I think, than it is women. Men tend to macho up and not want to talk about anything, but it can be a rough thing. I speak from experience with mental health, so it can be a hard thing to go through. So if you ever need to talk, like I've said before, shoot me a message on our Discord. More than happy to talk to you. I'm not a professional, don't claim to be, anything like that, but I'll be more than happy to talk to you. And of course, the phone number that keeps coming up on the screen, 1-800-273-TALK, 1-800-273-8255. Reach out. You're not alone in this. I may not know you personally, but I will still talk to you. I will still go through whatever it is you're going through with you. So reach out, talk to somebody. All right, WrestleMania 13, here we go. 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 13 seconds. We're going to take a listen to the interview with Sid Vicious and I believe Todd Pettingill. We're going to press play in 3, 2, 1.
About to turn to rage. This man, the World Wrestling Federation champion, Psycho Sid, has defeated Shawn Michaels. He has defeated Bret Hart, and tonight, Psycho Sid, this could be the most important night of your WWF career as you meet The Undertaker.
Todd Pettingill, you were right, my friend. WrestleMania is the biggest event of the world, and it comes once a year. But the night when darkness falls, every man, woman, and child will be scared. Only one person is not scared of the darkness, and one person is not scared of the Undertaker, and that is me, my friend. In the game we play, I am the master, and I am the ruler of the world.
I always thought Sid's interviews were great because he would go so intense and scream and holler, and then bring it down to a whisper, to where you would have to lean in and listen to what he was actually saying, to where, especially in the 80s, it was just full force the entire time, except for like Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake would always have that cool, calm voice. But here we go with the Undertaker entrance for WrestleMania 13. Up until this point, Undertaker had kind of debuted the new purple look, and here he kind of went back to a throwback with the gray. And if I keep looking over, I'm just kind of watching monitors, make sure this camera doesn't freeze up. I hope we possibly have got everything worked out, but we'll see, guys. Let's skip through a little bit, because we know Undertaker has always had a long entrance. So let's skip through a little bit. And I'm flying solo right now. As you can tell, my broadcast partner, I guess, for this episode, Sean, is school's in, like I said last time. So it's going to be sporadic when we get to have everybody on, when we don't. But Sean is in school right now. You know, and we're going to just let this play because I'm going to talk about something real quick. If you've got kids in school, you know what I'm talking about here when I say remember the kids, pray for the kids. They are, and I'm not talking about just mine, I'm talking about any kid that is in public school. It seems like the first of every year they go through this. Around 9/11 time they go through this, and then again around, you know, Christmas time and right after Christmas time they tend to go through all this to where they have threats and things like that that's going on. So remember all the kids, not just mine, that everything works out good. And all these threats and stuff kind of dill out and slow down. Mine over the last week at their school have had 4, I think. And then several schools around our areas had them. So it's wild. When I was in school, up until 9/11, we never had any of that stuff. Then after 9/11, it seemed like every week we're having something. But now it's just more and more, and you never know. I mean, you try to always take it serious because you never know. That one time that you don't take it serious could be something that happened. But so yeah, just remember the kids, pray for the kids, pray for, you know, these kids that are doing these threats. You know, that they get whatever they need to move past that and move on. And anyway, Shawn Michaels. To me, I think Shawn Michaels was always great. But when he came back in 2002, I think he was better than what he was even prior to that. And I'm doing all kind of stuff on here too, you know. So if you hear clicking, I'm sorry. We will try to get it to where it doesn't sound. I don't know. I need a different keyboard. I've got this Logitech keyboard that is not the most quietest thing in the world, as you can hear. But I will try to get something. Even the mouse is kind of noisy. But world champion Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid, coming down in. To me, I don't think Sid ever really got the credit he deserved for a lot of stuff. Because Sid was a great talent. I mean, I know he had great runs. He had a world title run here. He had world title runs in WCW. But to me, I don't know if it was maybe because he did flub up on promos or what it was. But it just seems like Sid never really got the monster push that, in my opinion, he would have been great at. I don't know, maybe Sid needed a mouthpiece for the most part, and then let him just kind of finish out the interview where he wasn't talking so much, where he wouldn't mess up his lines or whatever. But I always liked that pyro for him. Here we go. World title, Sid versus The Undertaker. Sid had a little bit of height on Taker, I think. Let's take a listen to Brett and see what he's got to say here.
I got news for you,
assist. Sean.
First of all, you phony little faker, why don't you take your little pussyfoot injury?
No.
It's all right. I'm not going anywhere. And go back and find your smile, but whatever you do, stay out of this match.
I'm so scared.
And as for you, I just want you to know, when you slammed that door on my head, you slammed the door on our friendship, and from here on in, it's a new set of rules between you and me.
Oh my, I can't remember the last time Brett was anybody's friend.
And you know, and I know, and every single person in this building.
I love how Sid just kind of laughs.
Knows that he's a crybaby.
One thing, that World Wrestling Federation Championship belt belongs to me, and you are a fraud.
Well, it looks like Brett.
That belt never belonged to you, and you know it, and I know it, and every single person in this building, whether you're here or outside in TV land, you all know that I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
I think Sid always had a good power bomb. I just think if put put more snap on it, I think. Like instead of it looks like he just drops them. I like the fact now that this version of the Undertaker is more. He does the slow, methodical stuff, but then he also pumps it up and he gets going pretty quick. Caught by Sid. And guys, too, if you want more Sid Vicious stories and Sid Vicious content, or Sid, I'll just call him Sid. I don't know exactly which podcast have done it. I know 83 Weeks with Eric Bischoff. I know he's done a Sid tribute show. So check them out, Spotify, or however you listen to your podcast. Or if you watch the full audio and video of their stuff, be sure to check that out. I think everybody's either with Vince McMahon on commentary. It's either one way or the other. There's no in between. I think for you either loved Vince on commentary or you hated Vince on commentary. I could not stand listening to Vince on commentary. It was all so fake sounding. That voice that he would put on. I think Sid had a great WWF run both times. Well, the first time was so short, but on here, I think he had a great. I mean, him and Shawn Michaels, him and Taker, all had great matches. I think when we went back, that's a nasty fall. Nice, dirty tables. Wrestling's so much different now. The ringside area is so much cleaner. You don't see all the junk sitting around ringside as you do now, or you don't see it now as you did then. And then the ring, I mean, you'll never see a dirty ring like that. I mean, I know blood and all that stuff you can't help, but if this match happened today, or not this match, but the Stone Cold and Bret Hart match from earlier happened today, that mat would be clean. They have so many underneath. So production-wise, everything is so much, and that comes with, growth and money and everything else, but gross. Just give you guys a little bit of a time cue. We are at currently we're at 2 hours 29 minutes, and well, let's just say 2 hours and 30 minutes. Sorry, I know typing and stuff on this. I'm trying to be as quiet as I can. I've got so many things going on at once. I got trying to watch this, make sure this doesn't freeze. Again, I got people texting, messaging, and it's just, I need producers. Joke. Big leg. And that was another thing you guys are having to listen to and I hate that you're having to is this water pump thing in my closet over here for our air conditioning. Editing other videos yesterday, I think it was, and I could hear it in the background. It's annoying. So I made trying to do is have some kind of music or something just kind of playing in the background from now on. That way, and not have it so loud or anything to where. That way, because these pauses, we're watching this match, and it's not sitting here in silence. So we have something going on. Heart punch. See all those Coke cans, and it's so crazy how you would not see that today at all. Gold paint coming off the barricades, and as far as look wise, I like the current look with everything. It's just sleek and nice looking. But man, when you get slammed on those rails, or like when Sting used to do the Stinger splash and they would move and he would hit it, just the sound effect made it so much better. Seemed like the ropes back then were a lot looser too than they are now. So part of the stuff that we're kind of changed a little bit is we've added some lights behind us. The reason we've done that too is kind of illuminate, and I know it's daylight outside, so you're not gonna see it too much, but try to illuminate some other stuff back behind us. I think it's kind of made the cases and everything kind of stand out a little bit more, especially the masks. I'm trying to get like the Batman mask lit up more and all this other stuff. So anyway, I like having people to talk to. Just me sitting here and I run out of stuff to talk about or what to say. You can't feed off nobody. I always like the body shots and the uppercut from Taker. One thing I learned this week, I was listening to 83 Weeks with Eric Bischoff, and him and Conrad were talking about the one that I watched was a hypothetical WCW Hall of Fame. And they talked about Sid a little bit because they got on the topic of Booker T. And I think it was during this time when he left. No, I'm sorry. So it was the first run of the WWF when he left and was going back to WCW that he was working, I guess, independent, or he was working for another smaller company. But he was talking about how he met Booker T and Stevie Ray, who Harlem Heat, and that I guess he was very impressed with them, and that he brought them into WCW. That he advocated for them to come in. He advocated for them to be in the War Games match that year, which was, I did not know, which I don't think that side of Sid gets talked about a lot. I think the poking fun with the softball gets talked about a lot. I think the incident between him and Arn Anderson gets talked about a lot, and the leg breaking and stuff like that, it gets talked about a lot. His mess up on a promo in WCW with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, stuff like that gets talked about a lot. I don't think his in-ring stuff, I mean, Sid was not a great technician or anything like that. Sid was a powerhouse wrestler, and Sid was good. When Sid done stuff, it looked good. Sid was very believable. And I think that part of stuff that gets overlooked and doesn't get talked about at all with Sid is the behind-the-scenes stuff, to where he would help other people. And I thought that was just awesome that he basically brought in Booker T and Stevie Ray and gave them their big break. Their ring sounded so much harder back then. Well, I know it was harder, but than what it is now. But it just the sound, I guess, was better. You know, they mic'd it up, I guess, more. And signaling for the tombstone. To me, that has to be one of the best finishers. And the fact that the pile driver was banned, but they allowed Undertaker to do the tombstone, talks about, that was a nasty looking tombstone. to me, it shows how much respect and everything they had for Sid. Back again. I never like the choke slam on big guys because they don't get up high enough to make it look devastating. To where like the smaller guys, they could get up pretty high up and come down pretty good, and it makes it look like Taker's trying to slam them through the mat. Bret again. And why the referee counts so slow. Now, if the referee was hurt or whatever, got hit, I can see that, but just counting slow just didn't fit right there to me. So Undertaker beats Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid, for the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight title at WrestleMania 13. Kind of a slow match to me. I mean, I know you got two big guys. It's not going to be real fast paced, but as Taker's career went on and he got away from the Dead Man and went to the Biker, he picked up speed, and then when he come back to the Dead Man, he kind of kept that Biker speed. So I like that better when he started going a little bit faster and stuff than what we were used to. All right, guys, coming up next, we're going to go to WCW Road Wild 1999, Sid versus Sting. Now, this is going to be vastly different from the Sid versus Sting match we watched earlier at Halloween Havoc. This is a totally different Sting and totally different atmosphere with Road Wild. So coming up right after the break, we'll get started on Road Wild 1999. We here at WAW, we don't just watch and listen to wrestling and wrestling podcasts. We also enjoy a good horror podcast. And there is none better than the Talk Scary to Me podcast with Halloween franchise stars Danielle Harris and Scout Taylor Compton. With this podcast, there is nothing off limits. These gals will talk about everything from horror, sex, love, relationships, true crime, and everything in between. Be sure to follow them on all their social media accounts. Just Google Talk Scary to Me and find their podcasts wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. If you want the full video version of Talk Scary to Me, be sure to join their Patreon at patreon.com and just Google Talk Scary to Me. And welcome back to WAW Watch Along Wrestling. We are in the middle of our tribute show to Sid Vicious, and I want to apologize, and I know they're never going to see this probably, but just for my mind's sake, apologize to Sid's family for all these production issues that we keep having. Does not reflect well for what we're wanting to do for this show, which is remember Sid Vicious. Sid, like I've said over and over again, great big man in wrestling, and what we're kind of finding out now through stories from people that knew him is great man behind the scenes, grandfather, father, so just a good human being. A lot of times we get wrapped up in what we see on TV as being the actual person, and I think sometimes it is like that. Sometimes what we see is what you get. Apparently with Sid, it was not the case. So what we've learned so far from Sid, that he was a very good human being outside of the ring, devoted grandfather, loved his grandkids, which is awesome. I mean, anytime you see somebody that's this big, huge, larger than life monster on TV, and you find out he's, the way he is with his grandchildren or his children, that's just cool. But all right, WCW Road Wild 1999. Like I said, Sting versus Sid, totally different atmosphere, totally different Sting. 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 44 seconds. 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 44 seconds. While that's coming up, I know we mentioned this earlier. Our first live event that we're going to do is going to be on Twitch. So if you've not subscribed to our Twitch, which we've done nothing on there yet, we may try to do just like 2 or 3 minute little videos or something, just to kind of throw some stuff on Twitch. But our first live watch along is going to be Survivor Series in November. Looking forward to that. Like I said, we're not going to do every Monday, every Friday, every this, that, and the other. So we're going to kind of work our way in with Survivor Series, and then we won't have another one until the Royal Rumble. And then so in 2025, we'll kind of start branching out and doing more lives throughout the year. So mark your calendars down for it. The first WAW live watch along is going to be Survivor Series. Looking forward to it. And of course, I'm sure they'll have War Games as Survivor Series, which War Games has been one of my favorite matches, especially in the Crockett WCW eras of those events. WWE does a good job with them. I just think those seem more intense and more personal and just better matches all around. But anyway, hope you've got it brought up. WCW Road Wild 1999, 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 44 seconds. You should see the back of Bill Goldberg. And we're going to press play in 3, 2, 1. Let's take a listen to this whole thing here with... That was quick. Wasn't much to that video package, but WCW to me wasn't known for the video packages. I think WWE done a tremendous job on video packages leading up to events, but I loved Road Wild, especially the look of this Road Wild, where they had the stage and they had the ramp looks like a road. I loved the outdoor events like this. Unfortunately, I mean, WCW made no money with stuff like this, but I enjoyed them. I always thought they looked good. They were different. To me, I'm going to be honest with what Mike Tenay just said about Sid ending Goldberg's winning streak. I would have much rather seen Sid Vicious end Goldberg's winning streak, or Sting, or I don't know. To me, I guess that's probably it, really. Sting or Sid ending Goldberg's winning streak rather than Kevin Nash. And that's not a knock on Kevin. That's just, I think Sid was a better performer. And then, too, the way that it happened with Scott Hall and the taser and all that stuff. But like I said, totally different Sting from years ago is the blonde flat top haircut. And now you've got black and white and long hair and what Tanay was talking about, the presidency of Ric Flair. If you've not ever seen that storyline with Ric Flair, it was so funny. Flair, the way he was acting and the whole, it was hilarious to watch. I always thought the wrestlers looked so much bigger in WCW's rings. I don't know. I mean, they were smaller, I know, width and everything, but even rope height and everything, they were smaller. I mean, Sid looked like a 7-foot monster in this ring. And I think WCW rings sounded better when they got slammed on them and stuff. I don't know what made the difference. I don't know if it's because it was shorter. I think WWE is a 20 by 20 and WCW is a either 16 or 18. I think too, this is the time where Sting and Rick Steiner, I think, were feuding a little bit too. I think this is where they had the Rottweilers or whatever attack Sting. Bobby Heenan was so funny. if you watch or listen to What Happened When with Tony Schiavone, he talks when they talk about this look of WCW, the logo, that he hated the logo so much. I actually like this logo for WCW. Just the regular old WCW lettering worked, but like the WWF already had the scratch logo stuff going on, so it was very different look. So I actually like this one. I thought this is a great logo. And this time I was always one of the kids in school doodling this type of logo on every piece of paper that I had. That or the scratch logo. He just holds him like he's a little child. I know we're supposed to be talking through this stuff, but I get kind of wrapped up in watching because a lot of this stuff I'm not seeing in forever. And so that just looks so cool to me. The whole outdoor event. That's like Bash at the Beach when they had it outside. With I think it was Hogan and Vader for the main event. I thought it looked great. They had the nitros at like MGM and stuff like that. I thought it was cool looking. Not seeing too much of the name of the companies or anything. Here comes the headbutt crotch spot. Not seeing too much of the names or anything, really, like people in the background, the hamburger stand and all that stuff. But if somebody was smart, they would have had the name of their company or something on those banners. Free publicity. There's a flub up on Sid's end, really. That's what was supposed to happen the first time. I don't know. Maybe that may have not been Sid's fault. It's always weird to see Sid going up to the top rope to me. And Sid gets right up. So that choke slam just sound like when he. I did not know Sid. I thought Sting won that match. I was not expecting that to be the ending. Dang. That size, he is still a monster. So there you have it, Sid versus Sting. I 100% thought Sting would have won that match, but Sid had him beat with the choke slam. That choke slam was, to me, was better than the choke slam that was earlier that like Taker gave Sid in the WrestleMania match. But all right, guys, coming up next, right after the break, go ahead and bring it up. Raw, June the 25th, 2012. Raw, June 25th, 2012. Bring that up on your Peacock. That's where we are going next for our last match, featuring Sid Vicious. There we go. Got it out that time. Sid, Psycho Sid, Sid Justice, whatever you want to call him. One of the best in the business. After the break. Now, you all have heard me talk about the Academy roleplay with Officer Messer and Hammer, but there are also so many other great streamers in what they call the city. I'm talking about people like Bobby Ray Gray, Trooper_Slivers, X Smithers, Decipher, Courtesy Flush 32, and so many more. Look them up on Twitch and TikTok just by typing in their names. And if you ever need a break from life just to relax or maybe forget about everyday stuff, trust me, these streamers will help you do just that. Together they have built a community that is simply amazing. Whether they are streaming one of their hilarious characters, helping raise money for the Serve First Foundation for gaming carts for children's hospitals, their annual ice cream event, or Operation Santa's Handlebars. These amazing men and women will give you a fun and hilarious few hours every single time they go live. Look them all up on Twitch and TikTok today. And welcome back to WAW Watch Along Wrestling. Thank you so much for tuning in for our episode featuring Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid, Sid Justice, or just Sid. Or whatever you want to call him, Lord Humongous. One of the best big men. Like I said earlier, told the story with Sean about The first time I saw Sid, did not know it was Sid at the time. Dressed up as Lord Humongous. All I knew was he looked like Jason with the hockey mask, so I did not like him. But yeah, a lot of memories of Sid over the years. Always enjoyed Sid. Thought Sid was a great bad guy. My favorite version of the Horseman was with Sid, Barry Windham, Ric Flair, and Arn Anderson. I guess that's because of the version I grew up on, I guess. So a lot of great wrestling memories with Sid. But Raw, June 25th, 2012 will be the last match, televised match for the WWE, and one of the last matches for Sid. I don't think he wrestled too many more matches after this. Of course, he had the horrendous, horrific leg break in WCW, which is not something we're going to show here or watch here, but it's out there. And after that, so he didn't wrestle too much after that. But the time cue we're going to have is going to be one. Well, now we got a commercial on here. We didn't have the commercial when we first set it up. So while this is going on, a couple things, guys, that we want to talk about real quick. Our Discord, join the Discord. I know it's going to come across your screen on this QR code. Pause it, whatever you need to do. Scan the QR code, join the Discord, stay in touch with us. If you ever need to chat, if you want to talk about wrestling or what you've seen or what you heard, or if you want us to cover certain topics, whatever it might be, that is the place to do it. And of course, our Twitter, X, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow our TikToks, everything, and stay connected with WAW. Be greatly appreciated. We are going to continue doing the episodes free for a while. I know we talked about, the Elimination Chambers being the last full audio and video, but we decided to continue and let that keep going on for a while. So YouTube and Patreon, they're both going to have all the videos, full audio and video for a while. Eventually we'll transition to just full audio and video on Patreon, and then audio on YouTube. So, all right, Raw, Monday Night Raw, June the 25th, 2012. Time cue is 53 minutes and 4 seconds. 53 minutes and 4 seconds. Give you just a couple more seconds to get there. Another thing, guys, Scarefest coming up in October. Go to scarefestweekend.com. Full listing of guests that are going to be there, vendors. If you're interested in getting a tattoo, you can get a signature from a celebrity, let's say Kane Hodder, who played Jason Friday 13th, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You can get his signature and go to the tattoo artist and get it tattooed. Or if you want a picture of Jason's mask, whatever it might be. They have tattoo artists. They have hundreds and hundreds of vendors, then guests, and all kind of events that go on all weekend long. So scarefestweekend.com. They are officially sold out of weekend passes. They are gone. You can still buy tickets for the entire weekend. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, not too much more than it would be if you just purchased an actual weekend pass. But anyway, scarefestweekend.com. Check them out. We're going to press play on the final match of Sid Vicious in 3, 2, 1. So what has been happening leading up to this is Heath Slater. Heath Slater keeps having these legends coming out every week. He had Vader, I think Roddy Piper, Mick Foley. They'd all come out and done stuff to him. And this one's going to be a surprise to everybody, because I don't think anyone ever thought they would see Sid come out. And so they're going to take a listen to the rest of this and see what we got.
Heath Slater always finds himself in the strangest situations, like last week with Roddy Piper.
You sing like a bird.
I am trying.
Yeah, like a vulture.
I love Piper. Piper is so great.
Wendy Richter and Cyndi Lauper, who cracked that album
at the glass frame over the head of Heath Slater. Deja vu, 1985.
Well, Heath Slater had said earlier he was pretty as a picture, so Cyndi Lauper framed him.
I'm the one-man band, baby!
Yeah.
And I don't care what Vader, Cyndi Lauper, Wendy Richter, and Roddy Piper thinks about me. I am one of the top superstars on Raw.
I hate when he gives it away, like he did with Vader. It's my time.
I am Heath Slater.
And he does it here too.
And I rule the world.
Oh, man.
I said I rule the world.
Whoa! Wait just a minute.
So, yeah, to me, it would have made it a lot better if they didn't give it away like that. But here he is still. Look at him. So many years later, he's still a big guy. Obviously, he wasn't as huge as he was, but...
Brother, if you think AJ's a little psycho, this is the guy that invented being psycho.
Well, here's the real master and ruler of the world, as he used to call himself. The two-time WWE champion, 6'9", 317 pounds. And it doesn't look like he's gotten any saner over the past 15 years.
Or any shorter. Look how big this guy is.
He's scary. The last time Psycho Sid was on Raw was June 9th, 1997. And he returns here over 15 years later. Remember his legendary rivalries with Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels, the Bulldog and Undertaker?
And there was a day that he did rule Raw in WWE.
He was once part of the $1 Million Corporation. He won his first championship at the 1996 Survivor Series. And here tonight, Psycho Sid returns to honor the 1000th episode of Monday Night Raw. Oh, big Psycho.
No, I forgot to mute it. I hope we don't get copyrighted. I forgot to mute it, but oh well. Slap to the face. One, two, and three. Made short work of Heath Slater. No problem at all for Sid. Guys, like I said, going to be missed, going way too soon. One of my favorite bad guys, heels, whatever you want to call it. Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid, Sid Justice, or just simply Sid was one of the best. We hope you guys enjoyed the Sid episode. Again, we do apologize for all the technical issues. Hopefully we've got all that worked out. I didn't do justice for Sid the way that I wanted it to, just because of all those technical issues, scheduling stuff. So anyway, tune in next time here on WAW for our Hell in the Cell collection next week, and we're going to have part 1 next Friday at 6 o'clock, premiered on YouTube and Patreon, and then the following Friday, part 2 will premiere on YouTube and Patreon at 6 o'clock as well. So be sure to tune in for all those. If you want complete schedule listing of what all is coming up, like I said, join our Discord. We'll be happy to post all that stuff for you guys. Again, thank you so much for tuning in this week, and we'll catch you down the road.